Hello, Wayne County 4-H Club leaders, and thank you for joining us for this short training regarding how to print reports through the 4-H online enrollment system. The first thing we're going to do is choose a web browser, and while Internet Explorer is a popular web browser, it is not one that we are going to use for 4-H Online because it is not compatible. So I'm going to choose a Google Chrome as my web browser. And in the URL ribbon at the top, we are going to type in in.4honline.com. And that is going to take us to our familiar login area. From here, you are going to log in as normal. So this would be the username and password that you commonly use when you log into 4-H Online. A big thank you to Sarah Chance, who is our 4-H program assistant, and she's also one of our Wayne County 4-H Club leaders, for allowing us to use her login information so that we could execute this training today. So I have our email, our password, and role selected should be family. From that point, we are going to log in, and you will see this front page. Now, normally when you log in on behalf of your family for purposes such as 4-H enrollment or re-enrollment, you will hit this orange button, Continue to Family. But when we want to run leader reports, we're actually going to come down to this bottom section that says Club Leader Login. Under Select a Profile, you should be able to select your name, and it should default to the club that you represent. So in this case, the Friendly Workers 4-H Club. You have been assigned a password through the Purdue Extension Wayne County office. If you forget that password, please feel free to give us a call. It's 765-973-9281. We cannot provide that information in this video as it is a public video. So once you have that password, you're going to log into Club. Now this page can be a little bit deceiving because it's going to tell you that there are no records. However, there are records available. It just takes a little bit of looking. So if you go up here to the top, you're going to select Members. And at this point, you should get a list of club members in your club who are active, and you are going to see that 4-H status active. Now there are a couple of other status which members can fall in, and we'll talk about those here in just a second. From this point, if you want more information, and not all information will be available as some information is confidential to our office. However, you can get basic contact information for each of these members if you select the Edit button. I am going to choose not to do that today because, again, that information is confidential and we don't want to compromise any of our 4-H members' privacy. But if you select that Edit button, you are going to be able to get information, basic contact information, and demographic information about each of those club members. So the next thing we're going to do is search for club members. So if up at the top in the dashboard, if you select Search, you can search for members based on their name, their role, their enrollment status, and those fields can be used alone or in combination. So you would be able to type in, like, for example, keywords. And we could say, let's say, for example, that we want to search for 4-H age. So we would type in, for example, 15. And we would say youth, and then we would search. And in that case, we are going to come up with 3 members down here in our list. We always want to make sure that before we start a new search, we clear filters so that everything goes back to a clean 0 before you begin your next search. You can also search for individual names into the keyword. And as you will see, that will bring up, in this case, our club leader. Always remember to hit that Clear Filters button before you execute a new search. One common task that many of our leaders like to perform is an email to all of their club members. So in that case, we could generate a list of members to email by clicking the search button and selecting only those members that we wish to email. Or if we wanted to email all of our members, we could go to this Members button, select that, which is going to bring up our full list again, and simply select Email List. From this point, you get this pop-up box that has all of the addresses of the members visible on our screen. We will copy and paste those into our email provider. Please make sure anytime that you send an email to your club membership that you paste all of those members' emails in the BCC or blind carbon copy portion of your email. That ensures the privacy of everyone's email address. That way all members are not able to see each other's emails. This will keep everyone's email private. Similar to that, you may want to print some reports. In order to do that, you will go to the top of the page and select the Reports button. From here, on the left-hand side, you see 5 options. We're going to select Standard. For the most part, you will be utilizing these top 4 reports under Club. It's also possible that under Family, you might utilize these 2 labels if you were printing a mailing, but primarily these are going to be the reports that you are probably going to be most interested in running. The club directory or primary club report is a report of all primary club members, contact information, club membership, project enrollments, and years in a project. The club leader directory is a report of all club leaders associated with your club. Club totals is a report that summarizes club numbers and demographics. Club totals primary county only will do the same thing as the club totals, but for the primary county only. So if the 4-H member marks Wayne as their primary county, they would show up in the list. However, if they marked another county as their primary county, they would not show up in this list. These 2 labels, the Avery 5160 by name is formatted as Avery 5160 mailing labels. It would print 1 label per family and would be sorted alphabetically by family last name. This second one is also formatted as an Avery 5160 mailing label. Again, 1 label per family and would be sorted by zip code. We're going to come up and run the club directory primary club. So this is going to include all members in our club. You will select that. It will show up as with a pink box around it, and select Run Report. Now from here, we have some leaders who say, well, nothing shows up in my report. It does. As you will see, there are 7 pages, 1 of 7. In order to see your club members' information, you would select this next button. Again, I'm not going to do that today in order to maintain the privacy and confidentiality of our members and their families. Their address and contact information will appear, so I'm not going to hit that. However, it is important that each time you run this report, you save it as a PDF. So you would simply hit the disk, and then down here at the bottom, it's going to come up with a printable, usable report for you. Each time you log in, you will want to run the report each time before you print to make sure that it is up to date. There will be times where something may have changed or additional members may have been marked as active by the extension office, and those will only show up if you run a new report each time. So if we run our club totals and run report, at this point, it's pulling information from the system. And it is raining today at the Wayne County Extension Office, and so I think our internet's running a bit slow. This tells you that in the primary club, there are 3 adults and 20 youth. And at this point, none in school club, after school club, or military 4-H club, as this is a community club. Now, I did mention that there are some different status that members can fall within. So if we go back to the members, in your list you will mostly see active members. However, there are times where you will see inactive. That will mean that for the current programming year, those families or members have not went in and re-enrolled. So it would be great as a leader if you run this report or you click on your members list every so often so that you can notify those families who may have thought that the deadline was a different deadline, or maybe that we weren't within an active enrollment period. Again, the enrollment period runs from October 1st to January 15th each calendar year. So the enrollment for the 2016-2017 programming year will open on October 1st of 2016, and it will close on January 15th of 2017. You might also have some that show up as pending. That means that they have at least accessed their records. It may be that they have not finished it, or they're waiting on our office to mark them as complete. They may need to have made payment, or they may be missing some information, so our office has not yet marked them as active. So it is a good idea to go in and periodically check your club members list so that you're able to see what the status of your 4-H members is. That concludes today's training on running reports and accessing club information through 4-H Online. If you have any questions, please contact the Wayne County Extension Office. We're located at 861 Salisbury Road North in Richmond. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., closed daily for lunch from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our phone number is 765-973-9281. Thank you all for all that you do for Wayne County 4-H.